Hey, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking channel. I am Darren, and today I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I don't even think I've used a Hasty Bake in a while, but I'm going to do some reverse sear ribeyes on the Hasty Bake. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to do on this grill because you can adjust the charcoal basket up and down. I'll be right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
All right, guys, I haven't used my Hasty Bake in about a month or so, and I'm really jonesing to use it. And one of the things I want to showcase with this particular grill is the ability to do things like this with a reverse sear, where we can actually lower that charcoal basket down really low for the smoking part or the slow cooking part. And then when we're ready to sear, we can actually move them up, move that charcoal basket up really close to the grate and get a perfect sear. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to have my fire box or the fire over on towards the right hand side of the grill, and when I'm smoking my steaks on the first part of the reverse sear, I'm going to have them over on the left part of the grill grates so that they're not over the direct heat. I could use my heat deflector, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to use the placement of the steaks, and then when we're ready to sear, I'll move that charcoal basket up right directly close to that grill grate, and then we'll stick the steaks right there and sear them up. So I am going to use my meat stick, my regular meat stick, to monitor them, and this is the Wi-Fi version. So we're going to use this meat stick to monitor both the internal temperature of the steaks and also the temperature of the cooker, because I don't want the cooker to get too hot and I don't want my steaks to overcook. So if it gets up to 275 or to 300, I think I'll be okay, since we're still going to be indirect cooking. Then we're going to crank it up as much as we can and move that heat up directly under the steak. So let me go ahead and get my charcoal going, then we'll hook up the meat stick and get the steaks on. I'll be back. All right, guys, so I got my Hasty Bake Gourmet here ready to go. As you can see, I got my charcoal basket pulled out, and I'm going to light the charcoal just right here on this side of it, because I want to put my steaks over on the other side while they're slow cooking, and then when we're ready to sear, I'll move that charcoal basket up. But right now I'm going to go ahead and use my grill gun. I'm going to use my grill gun to light that charcoal up. All right, guys, I also have a piece of cherry wood stuck right in here. So that's going to help us get a little bit of smoke to it. It's actually left over from a previous cook, so I don't have to worry about adding any more smoking wood. I don't want it to be really, really smoky, so that one piece of cherry is going to actually make it really, really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, slide the ash basket back in, or the charcoal basket. Go ahead and lock this up, and I'm going to open up my vents all the way here. I'm going to close the lid. Open up my top vents on the left side over here as well. And then we're going to get that fire going and monitor it. And now I'm going to go prepare our steaks. All right, guys, I got my fire going and I got my steaks out here. And these were pre-seasoned before I stuck them in the freezer with just some salt, pepper, and garlic. But I am going to put a little of the Fresh Jack's Keto Chop House. That's their steak seasoning, and we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on here when we reverse sear them. So one of the things I want to do first, though, is get my meat stick on there. I'm going to go ahead and wake this thing up so that it can read the temperature on here. Sometimes it takes a minute or so for this to wake up. All right, got my meat stick all woken up here, and it's ready to go. And I'm going to stick it right in my biggest, thickest ribeye. I think this one right here. We're going to stick it right in the middle. Try to make it as even as possible so that we're making sure that it's not getting more towards the top. So that's what we're going to do with that. So that's in there. Yeah, it's already dropping. The temp's already dropping on that. because these just came out of the fridge. I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit of this Keto Chop House from Fresh Jacks on all of these steaks. All right, we're going to go ahead and wait for this Hasty Bake to get up to temp. Then we'll put these on. Okay guys, it's up to 150 degrees already. So I'm going to go ahead and put these steaks on. And like I said, the heat is over here. That's where the fire is right now. So I'm going to put the steaks over here initially to just get that indirect cook. And I got my meat stick facing towards the fire so that I can make sure I'm getting an accurate reading. And we're just going to stick them all over here. And then we're going to let this close this up. Let this build up some more. We're going to monitor the temperature with the meat stick as well. And once it starts getting to 250, I'm going to lower the vents down just a little bit, just so it doesn't get too hot in there. So, all right guys, I will be right back. All right guys, after I got the meat stick going here, you can see that it's got the temperature of the cooker at 122, and the internal of the steaks is coming up to 53 degrees. So after about 30 minutes, the cooker's at 192 and the steaks are up to 108. So it's probably going to be less than 45 minutes, and those will be on there for searing. So, all right, we'll let these get cooking, and I'll see you when I'm searing them up. All right, guys, my meat stick is telling me that the steak is up to 114, which got there kind of quick as far as I can tell. I think it might be just a little bit too close to the surface, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up and check the internal temp with the instant read here. And that's just saying 107, 109. Yeah, so I must have it a little bit more closer to the heat. This one's a little bit hotter, like 120. So I don't want these to get too done, so I want them to be like 120 or so, and then we're going to sear them. So I'm going to go ahead and move those over just a little bit more to the left here. And then we're going to check them again in another 2 minutes or so, and then we're going to move those coals up. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get my fire moved up. These are looking pretty good. They got some good smoke to them. I can smell that cherry wood. And I don't want them to overcook over there. And we're going to move this all the way up. Now, you got to take your grease rack, your little grease rail out when you're moving up your fire this close. So there's that grease track that kind of goes in the middle. So just remember to take that out when you're going ahead and move your fire box all the way up to the top. But you see how that happened? I moved them up all the way to the grates, and now that's going to clean that little grate off there for me so that we can get these on there for a quick sear. See, that fire is really going right now. It's hot and ready to go. I'm going to hit these with the instant read one more time just to make sure. Yeah, they're about 115. 115 on this one. Yeah, 115. This one's a little bit hotter, I think, because it's closer to that fire in the back. We're going to go ahead, sear these up. Not going to take long at all. Hotsy totsy. I'm going to close my vents down on the bottom. Not that that's going to matter too much. And I'll close them up on top here. And I'll move these over. And I can move my firebox all the way back down. And there you go. That easy, that quick. Whew. All right, let's get these off and do a taste test. I'll be right back. Well, there you have it, guys. Done, done, done. I can go ahead and hit it with my instant read one more time to see what the finish temperature was on here. And right at 134, right what I was aiming at. That's where I like my ribeyes. At 136, so I like it right around that temperature because it's still medium rare and it just gets more of that fat gets rendered. So let's go ahead and cut this thing open so you guys can see it, just how medium rare that is. There you go. How's that looking? Pretty good as far as I can tell. Get you a little closer up view here so y'all can see it. Oh, there you go. Well, there you go, guys. Nice and medium rare, nice reverse sear. I'm gonna go ahead and take a taste test of that Keto Chop House. Got a nice crust to it from that hot fire. Fat's rendered just good enough. It's definitely not sous vide, so we do have a little bit of color change here, but still good. It's got that smoky flavor to it like I like. Check it out, guys. Check out the Hasty Bake Gourmet. Check out the Hasty Bake grills. Check out reverse searing on it, especially. Thanks for watching the Fire and Water Cooking channel. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you follow the Fire and Water Cooking podcast, and I'll see you again on the next Fire and Water Cooking video. Thanks for watching.